just slammed the damn door in my face.
Oh. Yes, yes, she did.
Is in here sleeping. Like, it's not that serious.
The banging was not done by me.
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl?
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna be talking about The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 5, and it starts where it leaves off. Marlo versus Kenya, Marlo versus Monyetta, Drew and Sheree gets into a little bit, and we go talk about Candy and her mama. So, yeah, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so the episode starts where it left off, right? Marlo's basically cussing out Kenya. Kenya's over here cussing out Marlo. They going at it. And, do I feel like it's wrong that Marlo banged on the door? Yes, but we're not about to act like she was the only one. So that's all Kenya thinks. She thinks that it was just Marlo.
Her daughter's in there. We're not. No, that's bullshit. What's wrong with you? Stupid hoe. Kenya, if you can come, we just had a couple questions. Who the are you? Stop being.
But it wasn't just Marlo. So, I mean, you just have to, it's just a fact. Sheree banged on the door. Sonya knocked on the door. But, Monyetta, my whole thing with Monyetta is, so Kenya said that Monyetta knew that Brooklyn was in the room. So if Monyetta knew that Brooklyn was in the room, then one, why did you let them go upstairs to Kenya's room? Two, when they were banging on the door, why didn't you say anything? You were on your phone. That's it. You didn't say anything. You didn't do anything.
And I don't know if you care because I know it's your friend, but it's not fair.
Like, if that was your friend, like, that was my friend. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, she's over here with her daughter. Like, stop. But she didn't do none of that, right? So, basically, Kenya's like, oh, that's some bull. I don't care about her daughter being in the room. Going crazy, right? So they go downstairs the elevator, and Monyetta and Marlo are arguing in the elevator, right? So while Marlo's walking out the door, she slams the door in Monyetta's face. So Monyetta's over here like, oh my God, no, you didn't slam the door in my face. And she's getting mad about it, and rightfully so. And they talk about how the door was heavy. Cool, that's fine. Sheree was like, oh, I don't think that she slammed the door on you on purpose. The door is heavy. No, if you looked at that playback, roll the clip. She slammed that door. Like, that's what she did. So we're not about to sit here and act like, oh no, Marla didn't do that on purpose. She did. She got tired of Monyetta talking. Monyetta basically attempts to tell Marlo, like, you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna do this, that, and the third. But Marlo basically pays her dust. And she's like, yeah, can I get a Grey Goose and pineapple? But this is like the 5th time that Monyetta, she played in your face, and really, you haven't done anything. Every time you try to check her, it's just like, okay. So I don't know. Sheree, Sonya, and Monyetta, they basically call Kenya. Monyetta's like, Kenya, yeah, she's crazy. I can't believe she did that. Like, this girl is wild. And Kenya, instead of like, consoling her, Kenya's just like, you know what? She's like, I tried to tell you. That's why I roll my eyes at you, Monyetta, because I tried to tell you not to trust her. I'm just like, dang, Monyetta, you just getting hit left and right.
We are in Birmingham. Is that Kenya?
Girl, this girl is crazy. Like, honestly. I already told you that, which is why I roll my eyes at you. The girl is a snake.
Marlo, you put out this energy that was really unwarranted. You're being like, oh, she doesn't want to hang out with us. She probably don't. She got her daughter there at a certain period of time. Y'all all know that she brings her daughter with her. So I don't see how we're so confused on why Brooklyn's there or why she's absent from a scene. And 9 times out of 10, y'all probably all were about to go to sleep anyway. So Kenya basically brings up the whole banging, and Sheree lied. Sheree was like, yeah, I don't know why Marlo did that. I'm just like, Sheree, but you banged on the door too. So Kenya, she tells the girls, she's like, I just want my core girlfriends here. Anybody else can just go. So Sonya's basically trying to tell her, she's like, look, I put off my schedule. I came here to support you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to support you. And I actually get where Sonya was coming from, And Kenya's just like, you know what? You ain't got to come back. You just come home.
Don't come back. It's okay.
Don't come back.
Wait,
Kenya. All right, well,
okay.
All right, that's cool with me too. I'm out.
And Sonya was just like, oh, I ain't got to come back. I'm going to come back? Okay, bet. So Sonya gets up. She go upstairs, and, that was that. Sheree asks, why does it feel like there's you're being secret about something? Like, what's going on? Like, you need to just tell us, like, what's going on? So Kenya's like, look, I was going to perform at the halftime show at the HBCU. That's what I was going to do. And I was just trying to surprise you guys. Okay. So my whole thing is Kenya could have surprised them, but it seems like the producers was trying to like poke it out of them. Cause I'm just like, I don't see how that just came out. Like, it seems like you're trying to hide something from us. Where did they even get that from? I'm just like, whatever. So, you know, Kenya, like she said, she was like, I want to surprise you guys, this, that, and the third. And, you know, it was what it was. Ultimately, it didn't happen anyway, but we're going to get to that. So, Courtney and Marlo are outside. They're trying to, you know, Courtney's trying to calm Marlo down. And they go inside, they sit down, they're chilling. Sonya calls, and Sonya basically tells them, like, look, Kenya told me to go home. So if she tell me to go home, I damn for sure know she wants you to go home, Marlo. Marlo's like, I ain't going no god nowhere. But Courtney's like, you know, she has no empathy. Like, she just wants you to go home. She don't care about your schedule. That's so crazy. I'm just like, we're not about to sit up here and act like y'all didn't just bang on this woman's door. Like, y'all disrespected her. Yes, like, she kept y'all in the dark, and yes, this, that, and third, whatever. That's petty. But y'all disrespected her. So regardless of the fact, she can tell y'all what y'all want to do. Y'all don't have to do it, but she just said, like, you know what? Go home. I don't want y'all here. So, you know, I respect Sonya for leaving. But for Courtney to be like, oh my God, I can't believe, girl, y'all always want to play the victim. I ain't got time. So Marlo tells the girl, you know, I'm about to test Kenya. You're rude, MFer.
I just text her, you are a rude, selfish motherfucker. Seek help, rude bitch.
I'm just like, Marlo, if anybody needs to seek help, ma'am,
it's you.
Baby, we got a lot more work to do.
Just like, Marlo, I'm not even trying to hold you. I am probably 99.9% sure that the text you sent Kenya didn't go through, because you're probably blocked. Right. Sheree with Mayetta, she asked Mayetta, like, how can we get back to, you know, everybody being cool? Mayetta's like, no, I'm done. I ain't got time. You know, at the end of the day, if she want to keep playing, I'm going to call Ray Ray and them, because they ain't got time. I'm going to call Ray Ray and them. I'm just like, Mayetta, like, I kind of feel like you and Marlo are in the same weight class, same build. I mean, I don't think you need to call
The goons
for Marlo. I get, you know, the girl got a sketchy past, a checkered past, as she says. But I'm like, you gonna call a goon for Marlo? I mean, you really was trying. You got in her face. You was doing all the But I'm just like, okay, you calling the goons for Marlo? Okay, that's cool. So as Mayetta's talking to Sheree, right? Courtney and Marlo walk over, and Marlo, I feel like she has this superpower to, like, it's like this bipolar energy, this Jekyll Hyde, as Mayetta would say, to turn it on and off. Cause she walks over and she is over here acting like nothing happened. I'm just like, ma'am, 3 minutes ago you just slammed the door in Mayetta's face. I mean, like, what are we talking about?
Don't even know me like that.
What's all this?
Ain't no killer, but don't push me. I don't hear anybody, child. I don't hear nothing.
I'm just confused because I'm like, Marlo, I thought Mayetta was, you know, boring, quiet, weird, basic, a bitch. I thought she was all those things, but now you just like, you over here just sitting down, laughing in this girl's face. She calls Mayetta a ass kisser, and Mayetta's like, I know she's not talking to me. I know she's not talking to me.
She is, Mayetta. She is.
Mind you, this whole time, Mayetta is still on the phone with Kenya. So, you know, at some point, Mayetta hangs the phone up. Sheree tells the rest of the girls, you know, Kenya's performing at the halftime show. After Sheree tells everybody that, you know, Kenya's performing at the halftime show, Sonya leaves, and we don't see her damn near for the rest of the episode.
Have I gotten my...
Hold on. Who's speaking?
This is Sonya. So now you don't know my voice?
So we're back to Atlanta, and we see Drew walking out of the hospital, and then we go to Candy Studios, and she's talking to Todd. So Todd is working on a movie called The Pass, and, you know, Candy is going to be executive producer on it, and I guess it's about, you know, a couple having a hall pass. And in the middle of that whole conversation while he's talking, Candy pulls out her phone just like, oh yeah, I need da-da-da. I'm like, Candy, now you know, come on now.
Come on now.
Why you gonna pull that phone out while that man talking? And he was just like, see, you don't show interest in what I got going on, da-da-da. So she put her phone down, and then they bring up home Mama Joyce. And I'm happy the fact that Candy's finally put her foot down, because you remember on that Watch What Happens Live, she's like,
Ain't nobody gonna talk about my mama.
and we get it, Candy. Like, I'm not gonna let anybody talk about my mama too, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Your mother is damn near always wrong when it comes to Todd. I don't get it. Now, am I saying Todd's perfect? No, but he don't be like, the way that Mama Joyce be coming after Todd, it just be irrelevant, random stuff. You know, he's short. He ain't got no money. I'm just like, he got more money than you, Mama Joyce. No shade. So I don't get the hostility towards Todd. And like they said, like, okay, you know, Ace and Blaze, when they get older, they're gonna look at Mama Joyce sideways. And Kayla already looking at her sideways too, because she's like, that's my father. You're not about to just sit up here and just talk about him on a national platform at that, right? So we transfer back to Birmingham. It's day 2. Courtney, she basically FaceTiming Drew, filling her in what's going on. Marlo, she's over here talking to her life coach, and she's basically like, yeah, you know, I'm so happy that I'm talking to you, because I really let the girls get me, and I shouldn't be doing that. I know better. I'm just like, Marlo, you don't though. You should tell her, like, look, I backslid, I fell off. How we gonna restart? Because it just, at some point, it do feel like a facade and fake, but I don't know. But I do agree with Marlo with the fact that she's like, you know, I put out bad energy out and I got it back. True, that's just a fact, right? So in the midst of, you know, all the girls doing their like roundups in the morning and everything, Kenya actually is having like breathing problems, pain in her left arm. She's getting dizzy, and so she called the ambulance, and she's like, look, I'm tired, I don't got the time, let me call the ambulance. Better be safe than sorry. What's going on today? Sheree's, like, literally her door is right beside Kenya's, so she hearing all the commotion. So she goes out, she sees, she checks on Kenya. So, you know, time fast forwards, and she pulls all the girls into the room, and she let them know, like, look, Kenya's at the hospital. Everybody's like, oh my God, what happened? Oh my God, it's crazy.
Kenya, she's at the hospital right now. Wait a minute, what?
And then Marlo, this whole scene kind of pissed me off. I'm just like, this is what I'm be talking about with Marlo, because you know they FaceTime Kenya, and you know she's like, Kenya's like, you know I got a 102-degree fever, I don't feel well, this and that third. Sheree's over here holding on her phone, and you know everybody can see, Kenya can basically see who's in the phone. When I tell you, if I was Kenya and I saw Marlo in that phone, I would have been like, hey Sheree, click. Like, I don't want to talk to her. Like, why are you putting her in the phone in my face? I already don't feel well. I'm probably irritable. I'm like dizzy as I don't know what. I don't want to see this bitch, so I ain't got time. So, you know, they hang up the phone. Manietta's over here talking about, you know, her mother's situation, and so she gets emotional about the whole thing with Kenya. Then Marlo's like, you know, at the end of the day, like, this is real life. This is real life stuff. So stuff that happened last night was just so petty, so stupid. And you know, Manietta, I'm so sorry, girl. Opens her arm to hug her.
Even know what happened with us last night, but I don't know what happened. I don't just. I'm sorry, but I don't know, but it's too soon. No, it is.
I said, the fact, and mind you, Marietta hesitated, but she still hugged her. I'm like, Marietta, you are too good for me. Because I would have gave Marietta the Oprah, like, I would have gave Marlo the Oprah, like, yes, this is a tender moment, but I don't see it for you. I'm sorry. You slammed the door in my face. You've been shading me this whole time. Nah, we have nothing to talk about. We could be cordial, but we don't gotta be cool. So it is what it was. So basically we see all the girls packing their bags, and this and the third, they go downstairs, eat this Uber Eats, and while they're eating their food, they get a show as well. Cause you know, they asked Marietta, okay, you know, Kenya was supposed to perform, but obviously she's not. So you get up and show what she doing. So, you know, Marietta gives a good old 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and but, right? So that's what she give, and you know, everybody give her 10. She did good. Cool. So Courtney asked Sheree about, you know, she was like, okay, what's going on with, you know, my girl Drew and you? So basically, you know, Drew was talking junk about Sheree in the middle of seasons. She was on a podcast basically saying that when Sheree brought out all her she about Sheree at the reunion, she confiscated all back. And Sheree just felt some type of way because she was like, oh, that's a lie, that didn't happen, this, that, and the third. But I'm not gonna hold you, Sheree. I can believe it. I can believe it, especially what she said at the end of the episode. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely believe that. So we go back to Atlanta. We see Sonya and Courtney. They meet up at like this medicinal body essential shop, and Sonya just tells Courtney like, look, I'm not feeling the Kenya, like the way she treated me. I just feel like she's just being inconsiderate, this, that, and the third. Do I feel like Kenya's being inconsiderate? No. But do I feel like Kenya like sometimes can be, what is it, self-centered? Yeah, but I feel like a lot of these women are. But so we see Sheree over here go to Kenya's house, and Kenya's over here coughing up a storm. I would have went in with a mask and a hazmat suit. No, I don't got the time. After Coco happened 2 years ago, I don't have the time for it. Get away with me with this, right? So they're basically talking that, you know, Kenya had the flu, this, and the third, and Kenya she said that she didn't go to the event. She was like, you know, that's something I really wanted to do. I didn't go to HBCU. I actually went to HBCU, my first college. A&T, what's up? Yeah, Aggie Pride.
Be there in the middle of all that and to feel that kind of love. Can you imagine the opportunity? We were giving away product. I had the tailgate.
So it's just one of those things where it's like you want to represent for your culture, this, that, and the third, and she, you know, she sponsored the event, this, that, and the third. But I was thinking, I'm just like, Kenya, couldn't you have sent like a representative? You could have sent somebody just like, hey, you know, just be my face, my eyes, my ears, you know, pass this out to all of the people that's attending, so I could still have that brand awareness at the event. But I guess that didn't happen, right? But you know, Kenya also goes into the whole banging on the door, and Sheree's like, I didn't bang on your door, I didn't bang on your door. The producer was like, but didn't you bang on the door? She's like, no, I did not bang on the door, I'm a lady. A lot of people got caught lying in this episode. Sheree, Marlo, Andrew, right? So Sheree basically talks about, you know, her fibroids, and you know, she's like, you know, I'm just trying to find any type of natural remedy I can do to reduce these fibroids so I don't have to get surgery.
If I can do it the natural way, no anesthesia, no cutting. If you get surgery, then you can't have sex for 6 weeks. What are you doing at it?
So I can see how, you know, a lot of people don't like to get surgery, and I can see how that is like a very, very big thing. So hopefully she can figure it out, and, you know, praying for her. So Candy sits down with Mama Joyce, and they basically talk about Todd and how Mama Joyce was rude to him and like disrespecting him at BravoCon. And at some point, Candy, you just gotta face that your mama probably just never gonna like Todd. That's just probably what's gonna be. She probably ain't never gonna see it for him, and it is what it is. I'm happy that she's coming to the realization that, you know, just respect my husband. You ain't gotta like him, but you don't need to unnecessarily talk about him. If they ask you a messy question, because that's what they're going to do, if they're gonna ask you a messy question, just say, you know, that's what my daughter likes, and keep it pushing. But you go into this details, he ain't got no money, I don't like his job. It's just irrelevant. And like she said, like, what if our kids see it? You think they're going to just be cool with you? She's like, well, I'm teaching Ace to take the trash out. I'm a kid. He'll learn one day.
So I don't know. Because he be avoiding you. Most of the time, that's why I don't even come around here. Because you're going to bring negative energy? Well, the negative energy is coming from you. Well,
Everybody do. So I'm just like, you can't put stipulations on Todd, and you're basically judging Candy too, basically saying, like, you're questioning her choice and who she picks as a partner, and then you're over here questioning their parenting on with Ace, but we ain't gonna go down there. And then she was like, well, you know, at the end of the day, that's what men should do. I'm happy that Candy said, like, do you have a man? No, you don't. So let me worry about my man, and you worry about getting one.
what do you and your man like? If I get one? Exactly. If you get one. Now leave my man alone.
So, you know, Mama Joyce tell Candy, like, at the end of the day, everything changed. When we first met Todd, he was so meek and timid, but now he's over here just so dapper, this, that, and the third. I'm just like, but aren't we supposed to evolve and change with time? Or am I lost? I thought that we were supposed to change, right? In my family, we have very much open dialogue. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but if I feel that something has went wrong or I feel like somebody misspoke, I'm going to, like, hey, you know, I didn't like how this came out. I just felt like it was, you know, in poor taste. Can we just not let this happen again and have open dialogue? I feel like me and my parents can have, well, me and my mom, we could definitely have open dialogue about situations if I felt uncomfortable or if I didn't like it, and be in a respectful way, back and forth. And, you know, just we're getting older. We're all getting older, so it's not cool. We're not little kids no more, so I'm not going to just, like, you know, I got to respect my mother. I got to the older we get, we have to have mutual respect as one, adults, two, as, you know, mother son or parent child. So it's just like, to when people are like, I can't say nothing because that's my mama. No, if you disrespect my partner, I'm going to defend my partner, especially if it is unwarranted, right? So lastly, we see Kenya. She's at a med spa. She's over here getting an IV drip because Drew, Sheree, and Kenya all been over here coughing and sick. And Marlo probably should have went to it, all that damn hacking like she did the last episode. So basically, you know, Drew came in. She hugs Kenya, and then she tried to hug Sheree, and Sheree's just like, high five, high five.
It is a high five because we have an issue.
She should be very thankful because it's free. You know, Sheree loves to save a penny, honey.
She don't like to pay.
Drew's like, oh, so we doing high fives, okay? And Sheree's like, yeah, we doing high fives because I gotta ask you a question. Why were you talking about me on that podcast? So Drew's like, oh, well, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think I said anything crazy. Sheree was like, well, what you said was, you said that I basically took everything back from the reunion, brought Sheree at the reunion. So Drew was like, well, I didn't say everything. I said you brought some stuff back. But you did say everything, and the producers rolled the tape back.
They did everything.
I said everything. I said things were confiscated.
She was literally confiscating everything.
I wanted to get...
So, I mean, Drew, you should just stand it. Sometimes with Drew, she just acts so, what's the word? Like how she was with Marlo. She was like, I just don't understand what the incident, and then with the whole shooting thing, she was like, yeah, I'm from Chicago, we don't say that word. They're like, shooting? She's like, yeah, we don't say it. But when you're talking to Marlo, y'all said shooting.
The shooting. So I was concerned truly because I had 30 shooting.
And like, what are we talking about? Basically, Sheree's not cool. Sheree not cool with Drew, and they, you know, they just gonna go along to get along. And Kenya brings up, you know, I talked to Marlo about the whole situation at lunch, and she basically said that she didn't get in her face and she didn't do none of that. And Drew was like, no, she got in my face. She did this in the third. And I do feel like Marlo was very pointed in her tone, and she was standing up over Drew. She yelled in her face, but Drew, you were being condescending. And when Marlo tried to get her point across, she said, and you said, Drew, you said, what else is there you need to say? Regardless of the fact, I feel like Marlo went into the situation with the mindset of, I'm gonna go off on somebody. If it's not Candy, I guess it's gonna be Drew. So y'all, that was the episode. What do you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.